Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see how to solve a trigonometric equation which looks like this. Tangent square of x equals tangent square of alpha, where alpha is a given angle of course. And for an equation like this, what would be the value of x? So let's get started. Let me first write down the equation again. The original equation is tangent square of x equals tangent square of alpha. Now if we bring tangent square of alpha to the left hand side, it's going to look like this. Now the left hand side is looking like a difference of two squares, so we can easily factor them. It looks like a squared minus b squared, so we can factor it as a plus b times a minus b. So let's quickly factor it. The left hand side will be tangent of x plus tangent of alpha times tangent of x minus tangent of alpha, and right hand side is already 0. So from here we can say that each of the factors can be 0. So from here we can say that the first factor, which is tangent of x plus tangent of alpha, it can be 0, or the second factor can be 0, which is tangent of x minus tangent of alpha. So then from the first factor, what we can say? We can say that tangent of x is equal to negative tangent of alpha, and negative tangent of alpha can be written as tangent of negative alpha. In a previous video we have seen that when tangent of x is equal to tangent of alpha, then the solution is like x equals n times pi plus alpha. In this case the angle is a negative angle, so here we can say then x will be equal to n times pi plus the angle which is negative alpha, and of course we can write it as n times pi minus alpha, where n is an integer of course. Now let's see what we get from the second factor. From here we can say tangent of x equals tangent of alpha, and here again if we use the same concept from the previous video, we can say that x will be equal to n times pi plus alpha. So from the two factors we see that x can be equal to n times pi minus alpha and n times pi plus alpha. So if we combine them together, then we can say, well, the solution then can be written as x equals n times pi plus or minus alpha, and that is the general solution of our original equation, which is tangent square of x equals tangent square of alpha. And for that equation the general solution is x equals n times pi plus or minus alpha, where n is an integer of course. Now let's take an example real quick. Let's suppose we have been given a trigonometric equation like tangent square of x equals 1/3, and we have to solve for x. Now for this type of equation, what we can do, we can convert this 1/3 into tangent square of something. So let's try that. Can we write 1/3 as 1 over square root of 3 whole squared? Now what is 1 over square root of 3? Well, that is tangent of 30 degree, which is tangent of pi over 6. So we can write it as tangent square of pi over 6. Now from here the solution is pretty easy. Now we are going to use the formula directly. X will be equal to n times pi plus or minus pi over 6, where n is an integer of course. And that is the solution for this example trigonometric equation, which is tangent square of x equals 1/3, and the solution is x equals n times pi plus or minus pi over 6, where n is an integer. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.